By 10:30 a.m. this morning, school had been dismissed for students here at the Oseta Primary School. This after officials from the Provo Water Company disconnected their water supply. Now reliable sources have told News 4 that during the clearing of a nearby piece of land in April of this year, a water pipe had been damaged. During the repairing process of that pipe, a hidden meter had been discovered. That meter had not been read since 1999. Minister of Education, the Honorable Amanda Mizik, said from her understanding the water disconnection this morning at the school was done without notice, and the government has indeed racked up a hefty water bill for almost 120 months.
It's a fair question to say how come we didn't detect it. We've been through many employees at this company. That meter was installed in about 1999 when the first pipeline went in past the school. It was a government project, and so those meters were put in at government's request. It was not shortly after the company was actually started and formed, and so it's not entirely impossible to have missed a meter. Road works would have continued as well, which would have covered certain valves and other meters and so forth. So we just assumed for the most part that both schools were being supplied through one meter, and that was not the case.
A superior within the education department spoke out of anonymity to News 4 and said that they made inquiries to the water company about the bill in previous years after realizing there were consistencies with water bills for other schools, with the exception of the Oseta Primary. They said that requests remain unanswered up until a month ago.
I think this is a special incidence of this happening. Obviously, we go and we read meters every month. The special case with this is that when these meters were installed, we were not the ones to have installed them, which does leave room open for lapses of knowledge and people knowing where things are. But obviously, where humans are involved, error is involved.
However, Chief Executive Officer of the Provo Water Company, Robert Hall, when contacted, said his company never received any correspondence regarding bill inquiries from the Education Department. He revealed that in recent months there have been discussions on whether Oseta and the government's neighboring high school, Clement Howell, are connected to the same water meter.
Still did not get a response from them until about the 16th or so of 22nd of May, actually, we sent another email to say, look, if we don't hear from you, we're going to turn the school off until such time as you respond to us and we can sit down around the table and discuss the issue.
Their approach of disconnecting the school's water supply, Hall said, acted as a measure of getting the ministry's attention, which they had not been able to capture during the weeks of trying.
I'm not going to give a figure. What I would say is that we have met, at least spoken with government officials and have resolved the issue to the extent that they indicate that they are willing to cover some of the payments involved.
According to Hall, the Provo Water Company and the Ministry of Education have come to an arrangement, and by tomorrow morning, students will have running water. For WIV4 News, I'm Nikara John.